$100 billion. That's approximately what it took to get each of the first astronauts to space. Today, Virgin Galactic, one of Richard Branson's ventures, is set to take hundreds of ordinary people with $200,000 to $250,000 to spare to explore space starting next year. How do they plan to achieve that feat? In today's video, we will explore how Virgin Galactic, a subsidiary of the largest British conglomerate Virgin Group Limited, plans to make space tourism a reality and a regular fact of public life, and why it has taken a lot of effort and time for them to get to today. Before starting, remember to subscribe to our channel Futurefile to watch more videos about such futuristic tech. It is inherent in mankind's nature to tread the ground which has not been tread before. This drive to explore and experiment has led to early man's first migration out of Africa, the discovery of America in 1492, and more recently, in 1969, mankind's first steps on the moon. There is one thing these three events have in common. They were all important milestones for the progression of human society and shaping the world as it is today. This hard-coded tendency to explore is an easily citable reason for why tourism is such a lucrative industry in many parts of the world. The economies of countries such as Greece, Thailand, Indonesia, Brazil, the Bahamas, and many more even rely on tourism to a great extent to even function properly. Entire companies and industries have sprung up around tourism and the human drive to explore. Therefore, it is only natural that there are those who would love nothing more to discover the next big revolution in tourism and travel. What can be better than the final frontier? In an age where mankind has trodden over the moon, space tourism is only the beginning. So, how come Virgin Galactic is the one with possibly the most viable plan to launch civilian trips to space as the next big thing in tourism? Virgin Galactic was founded and established in 2004 by Sir Richard Branson, one of the founders of Virgin Group Limited. The early 2000s were a promising time for the aerospace industry, as many private aerospace companies were being established all over the world. Virgin Galactic was one of these among Armadillo Aerospace, RSC Energia, Stratolaunch Systems, Blue Origin, and the more widely recognizable SpaceX. The company was spurred on to action following the successful 2004 launch and takeoff of Spaceship One, designed by manufacturer Scaled Composites. This was the first successful crewed private spaceflight in history, and even though it was only capable of suborbital flight, the altitude reached by the craft was still above the sky limit. It also proved that the aerospace industry, which had been dormant until then, is still advancing, even if it was at a slow pace. Virgin Galactic developed their own spacecraft design, named Spaceship Two, based on licensed technology from Spaceship One. Their Spaceship Two class spacecraft is launched from a dual-fuselage jet cargo plane at roughly 18 kilometers from sea level and is designed to carry 6 passengers. It targets a maximum altitude of 110 kilometers from the sea level, still in the suborbital bracket, which is good enough for a unique commercial spaceflight experience unlike any other. The spacecraft is designed to reach suborbital flight through a hybrid rocket engine and glide back down into the atmosphere while slowly decelerating and finally landing safely like any other conventional aircraft. Since 2005, Virgin Galactic has gone through substantial trials and tribulations in order to fulfill the original mission of the Spaceship Two design, which is to eventually make spaceflight commercially viable for the general public. The company has been through a field explosion in 2007 that caused multiple casualties and a disastrous test flight crash in 2014 that claimed the life of a test pilot. There have also been issues in the design process, as the initial hybrid rocket engine design was found to be untenable, causing great delays. The initial design involved the hydroxyl-terminated polybutadiene, HTPB, powered motor, which was then ditched in favor of a design that used a kind of solid fuel called thermoplastic polyamide. In 2015, however, Virgin Galactic announced that they were going back to a HTPB-powered motor. This decision to reverse was spurred on by the 2014 crash. The 2014 test flight crash involved as VSS Enterprise, the name given to the first Spaceship Two class spacecraft, violently disintegrated during a routine test flight. This mishap claimed the life of co-pilot Michael Alsbury, while seriously injuring pilot Peter Seibold. These unfortunate events, combined with the parent company Virgin Group Limited playing the business safely without high, risk-taking ventures like SpaceX, explains why it has taken Virgin Galactic 15 years in getting to their current position as a public company registered on the New York Stock Exchange with a total of $500 million in investments recently. The company going public and the capital injection it received has energized Virgin Galactic and brought new life to their vision. Virgin Galactic's valuation now stands at $4.5 billion, higher than ever before. Following the successful space flights of the second Spaceship Two class spacecraft, VSS Unity, in 2018, and with its first passenger in 2019, Virgin Galactic has reorganized its plans for a successful business model that can eventually make space tourism a viable industry. Such promises were made by CEO Michael Colglazier personally to Virgin Galactic's new investors. According to the plans, VSS Unity is to reach its fully completed production version in early 2021 and take its very first booked passengers, that includes Justin Bieber and Leonardo DiCaprio, on their first trip to space that same year at the originally targeted $250,000 per ticket. While regular people can obviously not afford a $250,000 trip to space, Virgin Galactic's mission is to be completed as part of a further long-term plan spanning several years into the future. Michael Colglazier targets 400 space flights per year per spaceport. Quite ambitious indeed. However, the company has recently signed an agreement with NASA for an astronaut training program separate from its own project. The end goal for this agreement seems to be that of making money for both companies, and with NASA's 2019 announcement that the International Space Station would be open to private astronauts, a possibility for Virgin Galactic's costs being driven down through an already experienced pool of pilots and astronauts to crew the flights. Despite this, it's going to take a mammoth degree of work, research, time, and investment in order to make this a reality, but it is ultimately the only way prices can be driven down for the common person to be able to go on space flights. The company aims to include a whole fleet of Spaceship Two class spacecrafts and a proportional number of motherships to even consider being able to launch 400 flights each from multiple spaceports a year. Currently, Virgin Galactic makes about $1 billion in annual revenue, and even with a minimum of 400 flights per year, tickets would have to be priced at $400,000. That is where plans for several spaceports come in, as the plan also involves negotiations with the governments of Italy, Australia, Sweden, United Kingdom, United Arab Emirates, and Kazakhstan. These countries are exploring their options for entry into the space tourism market, and if Virgin Galactic can secure additional investments from their governments, the capital injection will greatly accelerate Virgin's progress. New resources and capital will also propel Virgin Galactic further towards completion of a new spacecraft design that will be designed to have a capacity of 19 total people on board. Increasing aircraft payload will have a direct impact on the lowering of the individual ticket price. While Virgin Galactic aims for the stars and the general flow of things indicated that the company may succeed, all progress and predictions ultimately rely on the continued success of tests. The company stock is still considered a boom or bust stock, as a repeat of the 2014 disaster can evaporate all investor faith in the company in an instant. The true success of Virgin Galactic's proposed business model also relies upon commercial spaceflight technology as a whole becoming more and more viable. The costs involved in making a safe and robust rocket engine, even for an aircraft like space-going frame, is high, and with $274 million in usable capital for development, it seems it will be another couple of years before we can expect to see a price drop in manufacturing. Furthermore, new investors may be nervous due to Virgin Galactic's previously suffered disasters, but proponents argue that risks and dangers involved in the pursuit of commercially viable spaceflight should not be allowed to trample over the prospect of regular people being able to travel to space one day. Indeed, the cause of the 2014 crash was determined to be pilot error with design flaws, only playing a minor part so it can be safely said that Virgin Galactic is on the right track with its plans. Company founder Sir Richard Branson simply has to sit tight, play his cards right, and hope for his vision to come true. We should all be excited to wait and see where Virgin Galactic reaches with its plans in 10 years. Even if they are ultimately unsuccessful, no one can deny that we are seeing the second space race unfold in front of our very eyes. Do you think regular people can visit space in 10 years? Or do you think it may still not happen in our lifetimes? Please, let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, you may also enjoy our full playlist on space exploration that is shown in the end screen. As always, thank you for watching and please subscribe to Futurefile if you haven't done so.